Hello and welcome to the Scholar Progenium. Today we've got another exciting bolt action battle report for you, and we're doing something special. We're going to be trying out what we've called bolt action version 2.5. So yes, what do we mean by bolt action version 2.5? Well, of course, very exciting news. On the 10th of July 2024, we were treated to an intelligence briefing by Warlord Games where they shared a big info dump of how the structuring of lists will play out in version 3. Now, of course, there's so much we don't know, but of course, it doesn't mean we can't have a bit of fun with what we do know. And on top of that, it should present some interesting discussion points. Of course, it should give us a little bit of a feel for how the game might play out, in some way. Of course, we don't know the shooting rules at this stage. However, we could, always postulate, speculate, if you will, on where we would go with the rules and what we imagine would be the case based on what we learn in this battle report. We just thought we'd have a little bit of fun, throw together some cool lists with the new platoons. So with all that waffle out of the way, let's have a look at the lists. So for your viewing pleasure today, gentlemen, I've put together a German list, and there's been a lot of discussion on whether mixed bag will still be viable. So I thought, why not have a look at that? Now, one interesting little tidbit that was revealed by Marcus, one of the playtesters and chief tournament dude for Warlord Games, was that they're not telling people what points level to play, but they found that 1250 was a fun level at this format. So we've taken that advice and we've gone for 1250 point lists. Now, we've gone through a bit of variety in the two lists, two different types of lists, but we haven't tried to make it janky rock, paper, scissors or anything like that. We've just planned two lists and they've actually come out relatively balanced against each other, even though we didn't prepare that. So that's a nice relief in some way. So with a bit more detail in the Germans now, I'm infantry light, which is unusual for me, but there's so many toys to be played with, guys. So I've got 4 squads of 5 infantry in a rifle platoon led by a regular officer with an assault rifle. Now, 2 of those squads are just simple 5-man regular riflemen. The other 2 squads are 5-man veteran grenadier squads, and they both have 2 assault rifles in, so a little bit more bite at close range. Moving on, we have a second platoon, this time a heavy weapons platoon. Now, I've gone for, again, a regular officer leading the heavy weapons platoon, just a second lieutenant with an assault rifle. Now, I've gone for 5 inexperienced heavy weapons teams. We've gone 3 inexperienced medium mortars and 2 inexperienced medium machine guns, because now we know they've got the 6 dice. Thought, why not try it out? And we're just going to presume for now that the national rules are the same, so they've got 7 dice each. And as you can see, we've got a couple of foreign exchange students over. They were visiting University of Hamburg from the University of Tokyo when war broke out. So those guys will be manning a machine gun for us today. We've got a third platoon, guys, also led by a second lieutenant with an assault rifle. This time it's an artillery platoon. We've got 2 medium howitzers and an inexperienced Nebelwerfer. So there's a lot of HE dice going down there. I didn't even kind of go, I'm going to take an HE list. I just thought, take a heavy weapons platoon, take a artillery platoon, see how that pans out. And it panned out with a lot of HE, has to be said. Finally, rounding it out, we have a fourth platoon in the list, and that consists of a command vehicle, which is the Panzer III, and then we have the Panther G. Low fuel with a super heavy anti-tank gun and just 2 MGs. 1 in the turret and 1 in the hull. But again, we're going to presume they're 7 dice for the Germans. So 14 dice off 2 machine guns. That's actually
quite powerful.
Yeah, it's getting up there. Okay, so no idea what this is going to be like. I've got 17 dice. I've definitely got distracted on the infantry front with all the toys, but I think it's going to be very fun. Let's find out what we're facing. So next up we have the Russians. Now I believe this is just 2 platoons you've got for us here, JP, with all of this.
It is. You said you brought some toys. I think I brought all the toys. So starting out, I've just got a 35-point inexperienced officer, and he is going to be in a Jeep transport.
Okay.
I then have the 3 12-man Russian squad, which for now we're still playing as. They have their unique rules.
However, the interesting bit about this is that we know that the green troops only level up on a 6 up now. So we're going to use that because we know that. Yeah, we're only going to use the rules we know.
Okay, then following it up in the infantry platoon, we've got 2 SMG squads, 6 men each, just riding in T20 transports with the LMG. And the final infantry squad is an 8-man veteran squad with rifles, with 1 Panzerfaust, and I've paid for the tough fighter. Their transport is the M3 Scout car. We want to use the HMG rules as well because we know that's got 6 shots. And then the second platoon, I've gone for a tank platoon. Okay, leading this tank platoon, I've got the T-34-85. We reckon that's got the command vehicle upgrading built into it. I've then got 2 T-34s, just regular. Then I've got an inexperienced Katusha. And finally, just a Jeep transport with the MMG, not a transporter, armoured car.
Okay. How many points? How many dice?
1250. I'm not sure on the dice actually.
You join us at the field of battle after deployment. Now, we're keeping things very straightforward and simple. Of course, this is just a bit of fun for us and for you guys at home. So we don't know what the missions are going to be. It's going to totally change, of course, but what does every great war game have? It has a kill point straight up battle. So we've just deployed everything on, no preparatory bombardments because we don't know what the rules will be for that, and we're just going to fight for kill points. Everything's the same as Bolt Action 2nd edition, unless we've seen a printed rule that states otherwise in terms of special unit rules and so on and so forth. And we've made a couple of guesstimations. So as we've said, we're going to keep the machine guns 1 higher for Germans. The Russians have their national special free squad and that kind of thing. But green troops will only upgrade on a 6 instead of a 5. So that's an example of how we're doing things. Now, the one thing where we are doing a little bit of guesstimation, you might say, is that we know that there's going to be cover saves and we know that they're simplifying the shooting rules. And from our we've had a chat about it, and from our philosophizations, one might say, we've decided that we're going to make the down rule still halve the amount of dice for my explosive. Instead of making it -2 to hit, we're going to make it +2 to your cover save. Because we know they want to streamline the shooting phase. Yeah. But, they're not going to say, right, everybody get your Sharpies out and scribble out the down order on the dice. So we thought that makes sense to us. Then the other thing is that we're taking out the modifier for cover from the to hit roll, just taking it out. It's not there anymore. But instead, we're giving cover saves, and we've settled on, especially with down being +2 cover, we've just settled on 6 up for light cover. That'll go to a 4 up if you go down in light cover. Seems about right. It feels right. And then hard cover being 5 ups, but go down behind it. 3 up save seems about right if you go down in hard cover. Apart from that, everything's the same, guys. So we've got all our units spread out here. As you can see from the board, we've just got a mix of soft cover and hard cover. Soviets are over on this side by the crossroads leading to the ruined monastery. And essentially, in terms of deployment, he stuck a T-34 and a 34-85 and a Katushka behind this big ruin. That's a nice line of sight blocking. with a Jeep with an officer in and a squad of 5 dudes in a transport. 5 dudes in a T20 Cosmonaut in the centre.
6 dudes.
6 dudes, sorry. And he's got his 12 free guys just huddled behind the bridge, ready to advance up the riverbank or wherever he needs them. And he's got T-34 wedged in nicely behind this wall here, with a Jeep, machine gun Jeep on the road, and finally a 8-man squad.
8-man veteran squad.
8-man veteran squad over on this side here in a wheeled transport. If we join me over on the Germans, I've thrown caution to the wind. I've gone for the rule of cool. I've put a Panzer III just hidden in the bocage, ready to shoot duel at the Germans. The Russians. We've been fighting Germans for a couple of weeks. At the Russians' transport and his regular T-34. We've got the same gun. He has better armour and cover though, so that'll be interesting. If we're backed all that up with it's a solid artillery platoon here. We have 2 medium howitzers and the Nebelwerfer on the hill. They're reinforced and defended by a 5-man veteran squad with 2 assault rifles. They've got an officer keeping the morale up, and they've got a mortar there to do counter fire if his Katushka decides to poke his head out from around this obscuring sort of bit of tree line next to the entrance to the monastery. I then scattered my other mortars, spread out a little bit more. Squad of infantry veterans pushing up the centre of the board. Panther covering the centre and the right here against, and I'll have hard cover as he pushes up here, unless he pushes into here. So Panther's covering basically most of the board you can see from that spot. And then finally we've got 2 squads of regular infantry ready to push up here. And well, they were ready to push up. These were a couple of the first things I put down. Now they're ready to defend against all the armoured fist of JP. And they've got a couple of MGs, and as we saw, the Panther backing them up.
Observations, the armies look a lot cooler on the table.
Yeah.
They just look so
It looks so cool,
guns.
man. Just having like a block of guns here. Like I wish I'd had another decent bit of area terrain, but JP won the side of the board. But I'm happy with having this hill with all the guns on it. That's super cool.
And it's Katusha bait, obviously.
Yeah, it's Katushka bait like crazy, but you know, who cares? We're here to have fun. So we'll get some dice in the bag, and you can join us when something exciting happens. And I've got a feeling that's going to be possibly the first dice. The dice of the game goes to the Russians, and he's edged his Katushka up along the tree-lined entrance to the monastery, and he's going to unleash a hail of rockets into my artillery platoon. Okay then, so in total it's 6 units that he can target. So starting with the veterans and moving across, needs a 6 to hit everyone.
Veterans first.
No.
Howitzer.
No.
Howitzer.
No.
Neb.
Yes.
Mortar.
Yes.
Officer.
Yes, that's crazy. 4 hits on the Neb. Needing 2s.
That's
3 of them.
1 on the officer. Gets him.
Kills him.
3 on the mortar.
And he kills 2 as well. I've got a couple of survivors.
2 on the howitzer.
And there's 2 more. So I've got 3 runaway checks on the Neb. 1. D3 pins on the howitzer. 1. And on the mortar. 1. Okay, I'll take that. So the Neb's inexperienced. So we'll be 8 down to a 7. We pass. 1's all I need, bro. And then on the howitzer, he's regular. We'll be an 8. We pass. Mortar. He runs. So overall we lose an officer and the mortar squad, and we've just got a couple of pins on everything else.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not too bad from 3 6s. So it's panned out in the end. Is German. Now, even though he's already activated, I think we need to know what we're dealing with here. So we're going to fire the fresh howitzer over at that Katushka. Now it's simply a 3 to hit, because I don't have to move, and he's within half range. But then he will get a 6 up cover save if I hit him. So we get the hit. Okay, pen 3, soft skin 3. No. So it's going to be, so it doesn't matter about the cover, I guess. Maybe, we don't know. Roll the cover save, see if you get 6 up. No, he doesn't. And my pins, 1 pin. This is also German. Be rude not to fire the second howitzer at the Katusha. Pass it. And then needing a 3. And he gets it. And then needing a 3. And we get a pen.
Okay.
So,
cover save for me.
Cover save. No. Okay, and then we don't know what we just says stick into the good old damage table, and he's knocked out. So interesting, he gets a horrendous blast on the artillery position, but likewise vulnerable to return fire. Next dice is also German. We're going for the Panther now. He can actually see a T-34 edging around the side of that ruin, so he'll get some hard cover. 3 to hit, he's within half range, not moving or anything like that. We've got the hit. Super heavy's pen 7, he's on the 9 on the front. Let's see if we can pen him. We get a 6, so that will be a double pen, but JP gets a 5 up cover save here. He gets it, nice. Next up we have the T-34 on the crossroads. He's going to shoot his medium gun across through the soft cover and into the Panzer here. Panzer 3 that is, and then he's going to try and hose these veterans down in soft cover by the on the gun, needing a 3.
3.
No. And then 6 hull-mounted MMG shots into the infantry. Now this is just going to be over half range, so it's going to be 4s.
So 3 hits.
Okay.
And 2 kills, and then you get your 5 up cover save.
5 up cover save here. And we don't get any, so that's 2 veterans dead. It's the Neb for the Germans. Failing an order check on the Nate, we've got 1 pin. With 2 mortars still on the field, I think it's about time we start cranking some mortar rounds down range. So I'm going to activate my first one. He's not got any pins. He's going to target the inexperienced green free squad. On these guys. No. 3485 advances through the ruined monastery. He's going to spray his hull mounted into the veterans and put the big gun into the Panther. The big gun. Oh, it's a miss.
And 4s on the infantry.
Yeah, 6 shots. Oh,
one of them.
Now I'm going down with these guys. So I will get a 4 up save here.
So 4 of them.
Is it a 3 up save on the hardcover?
So 4, and it's hardcover for the warrior.
So hardcover and down would be a 5, 4, 3. 3's on veterans. And we saved them all. Interesting. JP's up next, and he's going to activate the second T-34. This is his 3rd and final tank. He's advanced forward into the woodland, and he's going to shoot over at the Panther. Oh, he gets the hit. Okay, does he pen? 1. No, he doesn't. So we'll see if I get a cover saved. We've just decided to do... yes, I do get the cover, so no pins. We've decided that order, just guessing. He's going into the MMG team on the left. I'm going to go down. Shots on 5s, moved over half range.
Gets 1.
And then...
Gets 1.
Gets a kill.
Cover save.
I'm down in hard cover. Pass it. T20 advances through the tree line, past that burning Katushka, and decides to shoot his now 5 LMG shots we're going with into the inexperienced mortar here.
No.
I think. Second T20 advances into the ruined abbey. He's shooting across at the second MG. I'm going to stay at 5s. 1 hit. Gets a kill. 5 up save because of hard cover. JP has hopped into the garden of the monastery with a regular SMG squad. I've had the next dice. I'm going to try and pass an order check with my inexperienced MMG here. And on a 3 and a 1 we do it. Experience makes it 4s. 2 hits. 4s to kill. Just 1. Is it a specialist? No. And 6 up cover save. No. 1 dead. The German dice. We're putting our second mortar into the regular squad. No. Regular squad moves into the dense woodland. They're going to shoot across at that regular SMG squad once again. That's 3 hits, that's nice. 4's to kill. Just 1 kill. Does he get a cover save? No. Second 5-man regular rifle squad for the Germans is going to advance into the dense woodland and again shoot across at the SMG squad. It's another 3 hits. 4s. No kills. Okay, we've come across an interesting question in terms of the order in which we're doing these rolls. Essentially, now obviously this is all for fun anyway, with no idea what the shooting rules are going to be. But if we're guesstimating, and comment down below if you agree with us here. We've been doing the cover save basically after the damage, and until this point, it's either resulted in a pin or not. It's not been a problem, but now I failed to wound with 3 dice. Does that mean no pins? Normally you get pins from hitting. So we're going to roll the cover saves anyway, and unless he passes all 3 cover saves.
Say he gets the pin.
We'll say he gets the pin. That's what we're going to do.
So he saves 1, but he gets the pin.
Saves, yeah. JP advances forward. We're going to be trying out these new rules for the M3. 6 shots from the HMG cross into these veterans here. Of course, I'm going down. That's a hit. Couple of hits. 3 hits. 4's to kill. Penetration 1. Gets a kill. And then I've got a cover save. 3 up because I've gone down, yeah. No, 4 up.
Yeah, soft cover.
Soft cover. No. Down to the last few dice of turn 1 now. The Panzer III is going to lob a shot into the T-30 cannon. The Jeep recce's away from the hull-mounted Panzer III MMG and just goes straight down this road. That's quite a dash. Hearing the roar of the Jeep's engine, the German second lieutenant advances up to this rocky outcrop, and he's going to spray across as they race along rifle shots. Oh, 1's a hit. Playing with the cover save straight after the hit roll.
So 6 up for soft cover.
Oh, he gets it. Final dice for the Germans, turn 1. And the heavy weapons platoon officer advances to spray his assault rifle across at these regulars over here again. Oh, it's a double hit. Cover saves. That's 2 dead and another pin.
No, you've got to wound him first.
Oh yeah, I've got to wound you. Yeah, curses. Throwing me off here. Okay, 4s?
4s?
Get 1. That feels right.
Yeah, that feels better, doesn't it?
Conscript squad advance onto the bridge. They're going to shoot across at the German artillery that's already lost 2 crew. Now, this time we're hitting on 6s with riflemen, which is, I feel like the first time we've done it, or at least the first significant time where it's been 6s, because it's inexperienced, over half range, moved. And honestly, it just feels kind of right. I'm loving not taking cover into account.
And
getting a cover save. Like, we'll be way off with the numbers, of course, but just
be totally wrong.
Could be totally wrong in the sequencing, in the base hitting number. Could be 2 now, could be 4 now. Who knows? But just having removed the cover save from that hit penalty is it just means you're not constantly wading around in hitting on 6s or hitting on 6s followed by 6s.
Yeah.
You're hitting on 4s or 5s or 6s. And that
it
just
makes the experience units viable as well.
Yeah, it just makes everything feel just a bit better, and then you get that cover save. Regardless of what the specific numbers are, feels a lot better. Good old Bolt Action 2.5, where I'm enjoying it so far. So
12 rifle shots on 6s?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, there is a hit. So cover save.
No, cover save for me. Hey! Join us at the end of turn 1. And we're having a blast in the studio today, it has to be said. Now, just 2 simple statements, because obviously we don't know what we're getting wrong here and what we're getting right. But I would say that just having those cover saves, really, really cool. And the headline from turn 1 is these armies feel great. They feel so fun. Just taking like, units of artillery. Yes, you've got less infantry, but kind of because you've got 3 mortars, because you've got MMGs backing up infantry, they kind of feel like part of the infantry, which they are infantry units. They should feel like part of the infantry, not like a support team.
Part of the battalion.
Part of the platoon, part of one of they're in there with the boys. So yeah, it just feels great having these unit combinations on, really having a blast. So I guess
the 2-on-1 tank duel as well.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah. This tank duel's going cool. With the Panther versus the T-34 and the T-34-85.
I'm outgunned, but I've got 2-to-1.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. I've got a bigger gun, but there's 2 of you. And just all in all, regardless of the specifics, I think it's pretty even Stevens right now after turn 1. So not worrying about the details, but just the feel of what the changes we know. 2 thumbs up from us here. First dice of turn 2 is German, and it's got to be the Panther. We're shooting at the T-34-85. 3 here. Oh, it's a 1. Full-mounted machine gun into the regulars, forces them down. 3s. It's a good burst. 4s. Oh, you'll cover save first, yeah.
3 up. Save them all.
Oh! 34 advances up to the next bit of hard cover. Make it harder for him to hit me, but at the same time, it means I've only got soft cover. Panzer 3. Oh, it's a 1. Hull mounted's going into the howitzer that's already taken casualties. 5s.
Get to hit.
Cover save for me. No.
Get
Just
up.
kill.
We'll have to leadership test 2 pins. Last man.
1 pin. The last man, yeah. You need a 7 or less. How we do it? Going for an order check on this howitzer. Better use him before he gets finished off. 4 plus a 4, we're okay. And the officer makes that 8 a pass. This guy has to load and fire, so he's going to be hitting on a 4 here. Oh, yes.
Will I get a cover save?
Yeah, on a 6. No. And then a pen for this car. And we're needing armor 7, so we're needing a 4 to glance. But you are open topped. We get a 5, it's a pen. Oh. Okay, let's see what we get on the old pen chart. It's a 5, knocked him out.
Okay, there's 8 guys in there.
8 guys in there. Okay, so D6 hits. It's 4, I'll take it.
They are veterans.
Okay. Let's look at 3 dead. Let's just try the roll. And with the M3 burning, the remaining veterans hop out and staying behind the tree line so that the Panzer 3 can't get them. Order on the neb. We need an 8 because of the officer. Make it. Targeting the T-20 transport, we're also going to be able to roll dice against the T-34-85 and the remaining regular SMG squad. Okay, T-20 first. Oh, it's a hit. Oh. Regular squad. No. And T-34-85. Can he take a heavy howitzer shell to the top? He can! What a roll. Multiple rocket launchers make it doing work today. With a naval worth of rockets screaming into the armour in the centre of the board, it's a 2 to glance the T-20.
Oh, it's a pen.
Oh, is it a pen? It's a double pen. And then it's an 8 to glance, 5 to glance your T-34-85. Oh, it's another pen.
Jesus.
Blooming heck. Right, okay. T-20, T-34-85, what do we get? Oh, it's a I'm just rolling flat out 6s here. I'm sorry, man. That's a T-34-85 knocked out.
2 in a row, man.
We just take it in turns, rolling crazy dice against each other. Can I do the same on the T-20? Oh, I've knocked the dice at Max Simons, and yes! That is 2 armoured vehicles just blown apart by the Nebelwerfer. Amazing. Now in 2nd edition, that kind of devastating blow would put JP basically on a downward spiral to a devastating loss by the end of the game. But hey, these new platoon selectors, He's still got plenty more tanks. With one of my mortar's previous targets having just been destroyed by the Nebelwerfer, I'm going to reposition and fire a shot over at the Jeep. Now it's a lucky 6 to hit. JP is choosing not to recce at this point. Here. Oh!
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, man. Soft skinned, let's see what this mortar can do. It's another 6. I'm changing dice, literally. Like, I'm doing everything I can here. It's on the old chart. And it's double face, just gone, man. Dice is also German. This mortar's still got the chance to target the same unit as last turn. They haven't moved, they've gone down. So it's going to be another 6 needed here. I'm going to roll it in the lucky monastery garden. Oh, it's a 5 needed, man.
So they are down, so you hit 2.
Yeah, so I only hit, well, will I hit 3 to be, yeah, they're close enough together that I will hit 3, so that goes down to 2. Yeah, 2 dead. D3 pins. 3 pins.
Does he run away? Of course he does. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you need to re-roll, because you've got not 1 step back,
yeah.
Not 1 step back, I think it's called. No, they're gone. Just hammered by indirect fire. German heavy weapons and artillery platoon just letting it down. Decimating the Russian advance with artillery and mortar fire. It honestly feels more World War II.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, it feels so good, like having all the stuff, all the toys. No more 1 tank, 1 mortar. I curse your 1 howitzer. I need 2, I say. 2. And a nab. It's great. Remaining howitzer team are going to pop a shot into that tank. Needing a 3, I believe, just within range. That's 2, we missed. 34 advances up to point blank these regulars. I'm going to go down, of course. However, he's also got a side shot into that panther. 4 to hit the panther.
Oh! Missed every shot. And 6 shots on the infantry.
In 3s.
Yeah, 4 hits, so cover save.
Okay, so I'm soft cover and down 4. Seems about right. We pass.
Them all, I think.
1 fail.
1 fail.
Conscript squad advance up the rocky outcrop. They're shooting across the valley into the howitzer. Which one are you going for? The one with 1 guy?
Yeah, the one with 1 guy.
So this is to hit.
And he gets 1.
Okay. Quarter kill. Ah, you just can't get anything, bro. Cover for the pin. That runs a 3 is going to continue to trade fire with the T-34 now. For me to hit. We get the hit. And then a 5 up cover save. No. Okay. Penning is pen 5. Your armor 9 on the front. 4. Nothing. Okay, but you do take a pin. The Germans have had a couple of dice in a row. First up, I've put my left-hand MG on ambush just to prevent any funny business, maybe him advancing up and hopping out to shoot my regulars over here. Now the Japanese foreign exchange students on the other MG, they're going to unleash a hail of fire over onto the T-20. First they need an order check, and they pass it. Shots on 4. Only 2 hits.
Okay.
Right, you get your cover save. 2 6-ups. Pass 1, but you take a pin. Veteran Panzer Grenadiers advance up the edge of the river. They're going to shoot across at those conscripts on the ridgeline. 4 shots on 4s. 2 hits. And 3 shots on 5s. 2 more hits.
1 more hit.
That's it, okay, yeah.
Then cover save 6 up.
Doesn't make any of them.
So 3s because they're inexperienced.
3s because they're inexperienced. So we kill 3. We can potentially kill the officer. No.
And then do I go 1?
Yes, he does on the 6. Nice. That baptism of fire. It's no longer a 12-man conscript inexperienced squad advancing towards the artillery position, but now a 9-man regular infantry squad. One of the German second lieutenants advances to the fore of the artillery position. He's going to lead from the front and spray that assault rifle into the oncoming conscripts. One hit, cover save on a 6, not quite, and then killing on a 4 now. Oh, he gets one. T20 attempts an advance order, but fails the check and takes an ambush from one of the waiting German MMG teams for his trouble, and that puts him up to 2 pins and on him and the guys inside.
Yeah.
End of turn 2, and what a turn it was. Starting off, of course, the shredding of the armour in the centre of the board here. Just an absolute torrent of indirect fire, mortars, Nebelwerfer rockets, etc., etc. Really putting the Soviets on the back foot. However, they did manage to promote their conscripts up to regulars and push up, continuing to harass the artillery section, but just not managing to finish either of the guns off. Over on the left flank for the Germans, just exchanging fire between the T-34 and the Panzer III, neither of them getting a solid hit yet. However, the artillery continued to pound away on this flank, this time knocking out the M3 and knocking the Soviet infantry down for the turn. So all in all, apart from that, there was just a few exchange of fire here and there, a couple of pins exchanged, and the conscripts ended up on 2 pins. Well, they're regulars now, I guess. So, with all that, it's been a hectic turn. However, both forces still have significant units. You still have 2 T-34s, 2 medium tanks rocking and rolling. They can blast away happily enough. I've got plenty of infantry and machine guns on this flank, and it really feels like a machine gun position is really something in this game, at least.
For 100 points, you can effectively lock down the entire flank with up to 7 shots if we
These guys are
guess right with the Germans.
It's like 70 points, I think, something like that. And so, with that being the case, I've started to reposition some of my infantry to pull them round to the centre eventually. So we'll get on with turn 3. First dice of turn 3 goes to the Germans, and it's going to start with the Panther once again. It's going to pop a shot into the side of this T-34, hopefully. And we get a 3, that is a hit. Okay.
Cover save.
Yep, light cover, no. 2 to pen the side. There's a pen. Can we knock him out? Not quite, we set him on fire there. It's going to be 2 pins and a runaway check. He's okay. With his comrade stunned, the other T-34 is going to take the initiative next. He's going to try and fire his hull-mounted MG at 1 howitzer, and he's going to try and fire his main gun again, continuing the duel at the Panzer III. He's okay. Big gun.
3.
Oh,
God.
Man.
Every tank's rolled a 1. 6 shots.
Mr. Sculler's home.
1 hit. Nothing. Oh my God.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh my God. Cover check for the pen. Oh! German second lieutenant takes the next dice, and he's going to call a snap to activate these 2 howitzers together. Gunner on the right howitzer needs to pass an order check first. Gets it. As the riflemen crest the hill and see those howitzers, they decide to hit the deck. Unsurprisingly, it's going to be a 3 with one of them to hit, a 4 with the other. 1 hits. The other doesn't. Saves now. So he makes them both. German veterans decide the best defence is an offence. They're going to sneak around the side of this rocky outcrop and try and take some shots with those assault rifles into the regular riflemen. We get 4 hits. Now you get 4 cover saves. It is 4 ups though.
3 ups, so 4 ups.
4 ups. Oh, only one this time. So force to kill. Ah, triple six. And we do kill your officer. Now that's actually enough for a break check. He's on 4 pins. He's lost his NCO. Let's see if he can do it. 7's not enough. He needs a 5 here. And no, fails it, even with not 1 step back. Elite AR Germans. OP. Nebelworth is going to go next. He's going to fire a barrage of rockets into the T-34 on the crossroads. Needing a 6 to hit. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
JP's just stood in the corner like...
Crying.
If you're just tuning in, I need a 5 to glance or a 6 to pen. Can I do this yet again?
No.
No. Right. Well, it's going to be a pin at least.
D3 pins.
D3 pins. Oh, that's certainly cocked. 1 pin. German Morse team going to try and slot a shot over the valley and just into this squad here waiting on our veterans here. Now, amazingly, the Soviets have just had all their dice out of the bag. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. Now, he's gone down with some stuff, rallied with some stuff. So I'll start off popping a shot from this mortar here, try and land it on top of the T-34 on the right flank.
Not even surprised.
Yeah, need another 6 now though, right? Is pen 2? Armour 8 on the top.
Yeah.
Come on, lads.
She got another 6.
Good look.
Yeah, well, let's just call it GG then, my friends.
We'll call it GG probably at the end of this turn. If we might, depends what we get. We've got to knock you out. 4, 5, or 6. Oh, it's only a fire. So D3 pins. Oh, it's a top shot, so it's plus 1. It's only plus 1 to the damage table if it's soft skinned on top shot, isn't it? Okay, so it's 3 pins.
Plus the 2's already on.
Plus the 2's are in, so you need a 5. You make it. So he's on 4 pins, I'll take it. A simple set of manoeuvres on the right flank for the Germans here at the end of turn 3. We have got 1 more dice to go though. But first I'll just let you know what we did. We ran the squad that previously advanced out of the forest, just repositioned up towards here, getting them out of dodge more than anything from the encroaching T-34. He is stunned on 5 pins, so hopefully we've got the time to knock him out. These guys, the other squad, they've just advanced backwards out of the terrain, just following suit essentially. The officer dashed back behind the building, having done his work with the assault rifle previously. And then I'll just pop these 2 on ambush. I'll leave them in ambush, ready for the T-20 to advance around that corner, because he's rallied all his stuff, and I can put a couple more pins on them as they come round. It just feels great having a couple of MGs just able to hold down flank with some infantry support. Really, really cool. In other news, as we've seen, we've just been popping indirect shots, rolling those lucky 6s, fired a couple of howitzers, forcing his conscripts down, and then pushed forward with some assault rifles, and with a lucky burst of fire, managed to force another unit off the bus. So it's been absolutely brutal, because again over here, even though he has the heavier armour tank, we have the same gun, and after sort of 3 rounds of duelling,
Haven't hit a single shot.
Yeah, he hasn't hit a single shot, and I've managed to put 2 pins on him. So yeah, the Germans are doing pretty good, and we're having a lot of fun though. As we keep said before, we don't know the rules, but the forces that we've got, these are, apart from points, which
the armies feel really good to play.
The armies feel really banged on
the battlefield. I think maybe we might not have got the cover exactly right, but we're not far off. It's been good.
Regardless,
it's been absolutely obliterated this match, but
yeah. But regardless of the dice and the rules, which we don't know, the rules that we do know in terms of just the fact that
list building.
the list building, like, it feels really, really good. We're having an absolute blast. You know, if you want armor, you've got armor. If you want, you know, support positions, you've got support positions. It's just, you know, we're having just an absolute whale of a time. We'll probably look back on this mission and just be like,
all wrong.
But yeah, but it feels so right. And with that, it's basically that's it. It's the end of turn 3. Now, are you gonna? We never normally
I'll tactically
call
withdraw.
it. I've got 1 dice to do, so we'll see if this Panzer 3 gets a shot off.
Knock it out anyway.
So Panzer 3, final dice. If we knock him out, JP's conceding. It's a 1. Are you sure you wanna call it there?
I've got 1 tank on 2 pins, 1 on 5 pins. I've got 7 dice.
Yeah, I've got 13, 14. We'll see if this Panther would hit. If you're conceding, we'll just see if this Panther would hit. No, he wouldn't. So, even if I get the first dice of next turn, man, you would still be in the game. You could rally him and such. You never know. It's all to play for. No, he's not going to bite, people. So just before we go, we thought we'd show you a little kind of JP cam perspective at the end of the game, because I think it might be the first time we've ever conceded in any battle report we've done in like a couple of years of doing this, or thereabouts, rough estimation. So let's just see. Obviously, first of all, it's like our own made up bolt action 2.5. So it's not like the end really matters who wins. And I think it's basically a decisive win because I've already killed 7 dice, 8 dice,
to 2.
and you've killed 2. So I can just go down with everything for the rest of the game and you'll never catch up. So, you know, it's over, it's done. Let's have a look from his perspective, if there was anything he could even do. You're just going to talk us through kind of your thoughts, aren't you, for a sec?
So the T-34 is currently on 5 pins and down. He's being shot at by a zoned-in mortar team with a Panther team. So even if I rally, clear all the pins, you hit me with the mortar.
Put more pins on.
You've still got the Panther there, which I'm severely outgunned.
So he's just going to get him eventually.
So experienced Jeep and the inexperienced offset, so they can't remove any of your dice.
Because I've just got a ton of infantry and machine guns over here, just hidden away, yeah.
Then finally coming over to this side, the other T-34 is currently on 2 pins and facing 2 howitzers, a Neb and Panzer 3.
So it's 4 big guns to 1. Okay, well, what do you think, just overall? I've done a lot of waffling through the game, JP. Share your thoughts with us.
I really like the way you can construct lists. I mean, we don't know all the rules, but what we do know is how to build lists.
Yes.
The points might be off, but being able to field platoons of artillery guns, machine gun teams, you can really open up the way the game plays. And your infantry, you still need them, but having these teams as part actually adds the infantry models onto the board.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I've wanted to get all my toys out with the Russians, and unfortunately they've been absolutely brutalised today, but absolutely able to field a full mechanised army.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We've had a lot of fun just messing around with what we know. It's nice to get a feel for the game. We know we're supposed to play it at 12:50. We know what the platoons are we can take. So even if
machine guns have 6 shots.
Yeah, we know machine guns have 6 shots, so that's good enough for us. And let us know in the comments down below if you've enjoyed this and if you like each release. We'll do an updated like 2.5.2, 2.5.3, so on and so forth. We're happy to do that because we've had a load of fun. If you guys want to watch it, but if you're just like, what a waste of time, then also let us know because we're happy to play narrative games, whatever. We're just chilling in the run up to version 3. So you let us know what you want to see, and we will do our best to make it happen. Make sure if you are going to like that and to give us a comment that you subscribe as well if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on all the coming shenanigans as we get the new edition of Bolt Action. There's a lot of adventures ahead, it has to be said. A lot of lists to try out, a lot of unit combinations. It's going to be a lot to discuss, a lot to learn together. If you really enjoy what we do, consider joining as a member of the channel. It's less than the price of half a pint of beer every month. But those little paints, those little bits of flock and trees and so on and so forth, little bushes, they go a long way. Helps us really bring the channel to life and get more creative, high quality battle reports and content out for all of you guys.
Field those more obscure lists that you want us to try now.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So, and a massive shout out to our current channel members. You know, really appreciate your support, guys. And, you know, you really let us do what we do, basically. So, with all of that being said, we hope you found this video interesting and entertaining. This has been the Scholar Progenium. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.